A joke about the ping pong balls?
No, I haven't.
You haven't. This one's a real banger.
You got me.
No way! I wanted to do it. No, I wanted to do it. God
Fine,
damn it.
cream pie me. There you go.
This is all that
I
wanted to
steal my satisfaction. Oh.
Oh my god. Oh no.
And now, introducing your host, the Cheeky Goat.
Now, welcome in. For those who don't know, I am the Cheeky Goat, and this is my passion project. It's called Kickin It, and what we do is we interview up-and-coming creators, talk about their lives, their experiences, the triumphs, the challenges. Today, we have a very special guest, Talon Warburton. Welcoming to Kickin It, my man, Talon Warburton. What's up, man? How you doing? Welcome in. Wow. As you gotten older and you've kind of like isolated your interests a little bit more, what would you consider yourself?
I call myself an actor.
You were, okay.
So I don't mind that title, and I think one of the things that I love about being an actor is to progress in the field. You do have to make yourself a student of life. You have to experience all sorts of different facets of life, I think, to deepen the well that you draw from for your craft. So I'm perfectly happy using just the title of an actor. Yeah.
So when it comes to acting, something that I've struggled with when I make TikToks, right? It's very like low caliber acting, is getting into like a character and really embracing that role. How do you mentally and physically, is there something that you do to become a different person essentially?
In any part, you have to find an element of yourself. You have to find an element of yourself. You can be somebody entirely different, but the tools that you have are just your own. Even if you're like method acting, like if you take an extreme example for like Heath Ledger when he like locked himself in a hotel room for like a month before he became the Joker, he was stuck with himself, his own demons. So you ultimately only have yourself to use. So it's acting is the overthinking craft. We overanalyze, we overthink.
So this kind of play earlier. You had mentioned that in your opinion, to become a good actor, that you really need to experience life and take in as much as you can from those experiences, the failures, the triumphs, and then kind of put it into your acting as a result, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So when you go through pain, when you go through happiness, when you go through sadness, you build up a library of life experiences, and there's many different acting techniques, and I think that you should experience different teachers, and you'll eventually find ones that click. Anyone that says this is the only way, you gotta you run to the hills, because there's ultimately you have to just find what works for you.
Speaking of acting and all the ways you can act, you've actually been a part of a lot of roles, and he's going to be humble about it. Only 5 years, blah blah blah. Let me give you his resume real quick. He has recently been featured on CBS on a show called Man with a Plan that features Joey from Friends. For all my Final Fantasy nerds, he was actually the NPC general voice for the
a few of them, not all of them, but a few of them.
Right. So in the background when you're playing, you hear Talon in Final Fantasy VII.
The remake, yeah.
The remake, and he's also been a part of Guardians of the Galaxy animated series. And then finishing up his resume, and something that we'll actually be giving away on today's stream. Talon is the voice for the narrated version of Thug Kitchen, a New York Times bestseller for vegan cooking that is delicious. We're going to be doing a bad joke competition.
Oh God, are we getting ready? All right,
we're going to get ready. So if one person smiles too much, then eventually after enough smiles or laughter, they will get cream pie by the other person.
Now, what do you mean? What do you by the other person? Where's
in the face?
Where's the whipped cream? I don't see any whipped. Oh. What happens when a frog's car dies?
What?
He needs a jump.
Oh,
if that doesn't work, he gets it towed.
That is very humorous, and I enjoyed that joke.
Okay, good.
Why do cows have hooves instead of feet?
I don't know.
Because they lack toes.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
It's factual. It's factual. It's good. Yeah.
It's good.
What do you call an elephant that doesn't matter?
An irrelevant?
God damn, you're good. You just watched a program about beavers. The best damn program I've ever seen. Shouldn't have drank before I fucking did that.
So did you hear the local wig store is actually doing an all $1 wig sale today?
No, I didn't. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty great. It's a small price to pay though. Wait for it. I'm gonna do it again. It's a small price to pay.
Oh my god.
Oh, I was watching the news yesterday, and this guy shoved 20 plastic horses up his ass. It was pretty devastating.
That's horrible.
He is fine though. He is fine. The doctors say his condition is stable.
It's a fine joke.
It's a good joke.
That's a quality joke.
joke.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's a good joke.
You know, I've been pretty down lately. My friend keeps saying, cheer up, man. You could be worse. You could be stuck in an underground hole full of water.
Oh.
I know he means well.
Nah, so as you know, I broke up with my ex. I just started seeing a new girl. She's Cuban.
Really?
Yeah, call her Guantanamo Bay. Yeah.
Actually, I just broke up with my communist girlfriend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, too many red flags. I mean, actually, this is, I think, a good opportunity to have a confession. I did spend my entire life savings on pasta.
Wait, oh really? How's that going?
It was worth every penny.
What do you call a tiny mother? A minimum. Every day I just wake up to these like two birds on my balcony,
Really?
just sitting in the sun eating ice cream.
That is bizarre.
Yeah, I call it Baskin Robbins.
Do you?
I do.
Oh. Okay.
Indubitably.
Indubitably, yes, you do.
I heard you and your family are actually going to be all co-starring in a movie soon about going to the center of the earth.
We are.
Yeah, it's actually called Warburton. You want to? You definitely want to.
You're a motherfucker.
Yeah, so I actually got this new job, and the back of the house kitchen staff, they're all Mexican. So I've been saying mucho to them a lot. Yeah, it really means a lot to them. You know, since my girlfriend moved out of the house, things have been really rough. I've actually started maniacally stacking plates on top of each other. I've gone to therapy for it. My therapist said it's a rare dish order. Come on. It's like really fun.
Why couldn't the bicycle stand up by itself?
Why?
It was too tired.
I heard you have an estranged cousin who's a prostitute.
You heard right.
She's a Warburton. I know you want.
But you found a very competitive man.
Yeah, seriously. Sudden death. No, you cannot smile with your teeth. A joke about the ping pong balls?
No, I haven't.
You haven't. This one's a real banger.
You got me.
No way! I wanted to do it. No, I wanted to do it. God damn
Fine,
it.
cream pie me. There you go.
This is all that I
I
wanted to
steal my satisfaction.
Oh my god. Oh no. Wow. Oh wow.
Oh, pool boy, can you bring me a wet nap
Yes,
for my
that's kind of
eyes?
racist, but I got you.
I was talking to Stephen. Who's the racist now?
So speaking of voice acting,
Yeah.
It's a different skill set than acting, right? There's so much varying there. What can you tell me about that?
Well, yes, it is, and it's not. I mean, people think that like voice acting, you just go in and you make a bunch of silly voices. That's not the case. So there's kind of a spectrum. Okay, so you got people. Some people, they have a few shades of themselves. It's all still got to be acting, but it's very self-contained. You know, you're in a booth. Most of the time, or else you're doing your audition, you have to kind of imagine your own environment. You're not on a set, you know, so you have to kind of put yourself there. And it's interesting. You'll see a lot of people when they first start voice acting, they're very still. They're like by the mic. They're by the mic, and they're not moving around a lot. But really, once you start to free yourself, you know, you'll see a lot of professionals. They gesticulate a lot. You know, they
Dragon Ball Z.
Oh yeah.
They're really out
They're
there.
really
like,
you know.
screaming, and you could be a part of Dragon Ball Z or any other show, what show would you choose?
To be involved in, let's say, the Lord of the Rings universe.
Oh, that's a good one.
That would be unbelievable, or really anything to do with superheroes or villains.
Right.
You know, that's...
I can get here, and you just stuff like this, and it dices them perfect.
Well, shit, all right. You know, so... There we go. That's amazing. I'm gonna play... And I'll get like... Okay, if you told me to do that...
Like a gordo.
Wings and thighs.
One day, I'm very sure that you'll be successful in your field.
Thank you.
And outside the glitz and glamour, the fame, and the money, what is something you want to use your platform for, your voice for, maybe even your money for?
Absolutely, I'd use all of that.
What would you like to do with that?
Human trafficking, if we're going to get serious for a second.
Stop
I think...
human trafficking.
No, I want to promote it. I think it's
Fuck you, Ashton Kutcher.
No, that's I don't want to joke about that. I really don't. But in all
Tomorrow's
seriousness...
headline, Talon Warburton, canceled.
Cancelled. No, I think it's really the greatest evil that exists today personally. The fact that there are people that's a multi-billion-dollar industry that you can sell a person. It's a man-made evil, you know, and I can't think of a worse. There's very few worse fates to be condemned by. You know, you hear the stories of these people, men and women. And by the way, human trafficking doesn't always necessarily mean sex trafficking, which is horrific. But there's also manual labor as well. People that get, you know, that they get stuck in that. It's a very broad web. So that is, and it's scary too, because if I did start to make an impact in that, I'd be on the radar of some very scary people. And I'm a family man, you know, and someday I really want a family. So. It's kind of a catch-22 because it's something that I'd really like to leave an impact in, but then...
So you don't want your family in danger?
No, I don't want them in danger because this is a multi-billion-dollar industry. You start messing with that, you mess with their cash flow.
You mess with money, you're messing with some real danger.
You do. So I mean, that's down the line. But that's something that I've thought about, and that's if I had to choose, you know, because in the end, you know, whatever you're doing, it can't be just about you. And that's something that I continue to learn about. You know, I mean, there's absolutely nothing wrong with wanting more.
No.
You know, I don't think so. I think there's nothing wrong with wanting more out of life, the most out of life. But ultimately, you know, and I listen to a lot of motivational speakers, and there is a recurring theme. You're going to, whatever you're trying to do, you will face obstacles. Yeah. And if it's entirely about you, and sometimes it's hard to like dial back and, you know,
see yourself
from third person. It's going to be too strong. The only thing that's stronger than you is a cause. You know, it's you get it. Yeah, I dig it. You know, lend me your energy.
Yeah, that's true. And like you know, at the risk of sounding dorky, which I'm sure we haven't. Anime really does teach us that lesson, right? Because the bad guy is always, I want more power, and what happens to the bad guy? They lose because they're not fighting for something greater than them.
Like I got a couple voices that I've been like working on my demo reel. Like one of my inspirations is like Smog. Here, give me a lead in.
Where are you hiding, Hobbit? I can feel your breath.
That's good.
I can taste your air. Step into the light.
And you guys will vote for the poll. The first to 3 wins. We're gonna do 5 rounds.
Okay.
First to 3 wins. The loser, well, we'll get there.
Ice bath.
Torso, legs gotta be up. Come on, baby.
And
Legs up, come on. No, torso in. You gotta put the legs, you gotta get your torso submerged. Come on, yes you do. Yeah, you do. It's in the legs, it's an ice bath. You got a bath. Legs up, come on.
It's so much worse.
I know, come on. 5, 4, go. Oh, come on. Come on. Yes, you can do it. No.
I did enough. Okay, Talon. I was kicking it for the first time.
That was great, man.
Good.
Great, man. How you doing?
I'm chilling.
Literally chilling.
Yeah.
I remember when I told him the idea for this, the ice bath. He's like, "That'd be great. I'm gonna probably end up doing it." And there he is. He manifested that. That's the power. That's the takeaway from today. Manifest.
Ooh, yeah. Manifest your success. Emphasis on the suck.
Dude, that looks cool. There's a lot of ice in there.
I can't feel my undercarriage. You know, we have, you know, your biggest adventure now has been Kickin' It. What's next for you in the next coming years? So whether it be voice acting, what are you planning on doing?
I have 2, possibly 3 pods, 2 guaranteed that I'll be filming.
Two what?
Two pilots.
Gotcha.
I'm actually filming.
You can't tell us
I wish I could tell you more. One's a really cool one. I'll give them some more info to put on social media. That hasn't mentioned the candles that we're filming this Sunday. Some really cool people. And then two more. One of them's actually a fantasy, which is very fast. By the way, somebody says do the goat noise because they paid money for this. Beautiful.
I can't get lower than this.
You absolutely
I
could.
can't. I can't breathe or talk.
He said bend your knees. Now scoot forward. Finish strong and then you can get out.
I can get out when I want to, first off. I can get out now a long time.
I can do whatever I can quit whenever I want.
Anyways, y'all, thank you for kicking it on our third episode. I don't have soundboard, so just give Talon a round of applause at home. Show him some love. Make sure you follow him. Until next time, it's about that time. Oh, cheeky goat, finally out.